We are live on Radio Maria, so just feel free, you can share the link. It's coming as Gloria shared the link. Gloria has not introduced maybe the team is working with, but during the time of introduction, we shall do the needful. We are going to have the grace by Rotarian Hajala. The loyal toast will be given to us by President Drake. The four-way test will be given to us by Past President Higilo, and the object of Rotary will be given to us by Rotarian Eddie Mutevi, in that order. Yes, Rotarian Hajara, come forward. Okay, the list join us. Let's handle the most important part of our body. For what we have received and what we are about to receive, may we be truly and ever mindful of the needs of others. Amen.
I propose a toast to the High Office of this country.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
Thank you, President. For Rotarians and partners in service, the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, second, third, fourth. Thank you. I think you can resume your seats.
Thank you, President. The object of Rotary apologies.
I've shared the link to you. As we are waiting for Rotarian Eddie, let's all stand up. Our guests, please join us as we welcome our guest of honor. Yeah, let's all give a round of applause to the Rad. He has come in. You're very much welcome. Yes, Rotarian Eddie Mutevi.
Okay, you're most welcome, our chief guest. The object of Rotary is to encourage and foster the ideal of service as a worth enterprise, and in particular to encourage and foster first the development of acquaintance as an opportunity for service. Second, ISO standards in the business and professions, the recognition of worthiness of all useful occupations and the dignifying of each Rotarian's occupation as an opportunity to serve society. Third, the application of the ideal of service in each Rotarian's personal, business, and community life. Fourth, the advancement of international understanding, goodwill, and peace throughout a world fellowship of business and professional persons united in the ideal of service.
Thank you very much. I think we can take our seats. Our guests, you are welcome. We are blessed to have you around. This is a manifestation that you love Mengo, because we can understand how tight it can be on your side, but coming at such a time, lunch hour Monday, you really love us. Thank you very much, and we don't take it for granted. Dear members, at this moment, the Rotary information, the program has changed slightly because we thought we were going to have no Rotary information. But the person who we're waiting for, who is doing some small business there, my speech was mainly intended for him, maybe also for you, but maybe I'll hold that until he comes. But at this time, I want to suggest that DGE gives us his remarks. Because according to the program, I was supposed to give remarks. After my remarks, DGE was also to give remarks. After that, we would introduce the guest speaker, who is going to talk about the Rotary Foundation, and then after that, the induction. But because the person is not yet here, I suggest I want to delay my remarks because I was mainly targeting him, and request DGE to give his remarks, and after that he introduces the guest speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President. Dear our guest of honor, Rotary International Director-elect Emmanuel, my President, Rotary Club of Mengo, and members of the club, good afternoon to you all. First of all, I want to welcome our RIDE, Rotary International Director Emmanuel, and to thank you so much for making time to be here. This particular event was arranged by Rotary Club of Mengo as part of the encouragement that we should have some kind of innovations and have some Rotary have experiences differently. So today we came here at Radio Maria, and the intention is that we have an experience of the radio. Members are supposed to do a tour, a vocational tour of the radio, and also for you to send a message to all Ugandans and other people listening to Radio Maria about Rotary Foundation, which is this month's theme. So in the process, we are also going to be able to induct a leader in this radio, a father, Reverend Father, who is going to be joining us shortly into the Rotary, into the family of Rotary. So today is a different kind of fellowship for Mengo. Normally we meet at Popo, but today we are meeting here specifically to have that experience of a different. So today I don't have much really to say, but I will be introducing our guest, whom, because we are already live on radio, we shall request to do the talk about the Rotary Foundation that we expect to have, so that Ugandans and other people who are listening in can know the importance of the Rotary Foundation and how they can join into this cause. I'm going to introduce our guest speaker very briefly, because Director Emmanuel is much known to all of us, but I'm going to just have a few brief highlights about him, so that the people listening in here can also know who we are talking about. Our guest of honor, Rotary International Director Emmanuel Katongole, is an experienced a distinguished business leader and Rotarian with extensive experience in corporate governance, strategy, and entrepreneurship. He holds a master's degree in economics and a bachelor's degree in statistics from Makerere University. Our guest of honor is the co-founder and chairman of Quality Chemical Industries, and one of the leading pharmaceutical companies in the continent. He's the chairman and advisory board of TLG Capital, London, and chancellor of Nkumba University. He's a Purple Knight for life, and this was he was appointed by Pope Francis. He's a strong supporter of the Rotary Foundation, and he has he's reached a level, Arch Club Society level 2. He's a benefactor and a member of both Bequest Society and Paul Harris Society. Director Emmanuel has traveled widely on Rotary causes, and he's supported largely these causes. So he's here to talk to us about Rotary Foundation, and then we are going to be able to join in as other members of the community and to know more about this Rotary Foundation. So it's my honor now, I think, to invite Director to talk about the Rotary Foundation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, my district governor-elect Daniel Damlida, and to you, the president of the Rotary Club of Mengo, and fellow Rotarians, but particularly to supporters and listeners to Radio Maria, of which I'm told we are live. And to me, this is a very important afternoon, not only as a Rotarian, but to see that Rotary is going back to the people that we serve, and you come to Radio Maria to share with the listeners of Radio Maria and supporters of Radio Maria what Rotary is in general and what the Rotary Foundation is in particular, is a very critical, very honorable thing that you've done. I'm particularly happy that you came here because I'm a member of the family of Radio Maria. I served as president of Radio Maria, of this very radio, for a period of 5 years, and I know the requirements of Radio Maria. I know what they do, and they do not only in evangelization, but also supporting humanitarian efforts to communities. So thank you for coming and sharing Rotary with the listeners. I was asked to talk about the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation is that engine that powers Rotary. Probably to the listeners will know what is Rotary International, who are Rotarians. You know, Rotarians are like-minded men and women from across the world who unite to do good in the world with a vision that all of us can get together, can engage and do good in our communities and to ourselves across the world. And as I speak today, we're about close to 1.2 million Rotarians and about 200,000 Rotractors. Call it a membership of 1.4 million people across the world. And in Uganda, Rotary is very well grounded with a number of clubs scattered across the country, and we participate in doing projects that cater for community needs in 7 areas of focus. If I could try to enumerate them, there's basic education and literacy, there's water, sanitation and hygiene, there is peace and conflict resolution, or promotion of peace and prevention of conflict. There is disease control and treatment. There is mother and child health care. We have environmental protection, and we have general economic development. And lots of money is being put into these across. Since the Rotary Foundation started in 1917, Rotarians have deployed slightly over $4 billion to projects all over the world to do good in the world. One will say, $4 billion, does Rotary have a business? No. The Rotary Foundation is not money-making. We depend on donations from members and well-wishers. And when we get these donations, they are invested various ways, and there are various means of how these funds are used. And it is from them, that fund of the Rotary Foundation, that we get we do grants to various projects in these areas of focus. And since the starting of Rotary Foundation in 1917, there are a number of things we've done, but our external priority number one has been polio. Polio as a disease. 35 years ago, when Rotary Foundation decided to tackle polio, we had over 400,000 people across the world suffering from polio. And polio was a disease that did not discriminate between the rich and the poor, between color, white or black, between men and women. And I know very many people in the developed world who are also affected by polio. It affected Americans like it affected Africans. So Rotary took a decision that we are going to take this as our priority number one. What does that mean? That we went out as Rotarians across the world to support what is known as the Polio Plus program and do immunizations while at the same time contributing funds. Rotarians collect funds in every meeting, and all these aggregated are deployed in partnerships with national polio programs for every country, together with WHO and UNICEF. And as I speak today, in the last 35 years, we've deployed $1.5 billion to eliminate polio from the face of the world. And what has been the result of our involvement in eradication of polio? It has moved from that figure of 400, 500,000 cases a year to now less than 10 cases a year, and left in only 2 countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan. And in this, just because of wars and because of religious fundamentalisms, that polio is still in Pakistan and Afghanistan. We must do whatever it takes that during our time, polio is eliminated from the face of the world. And once we do so, it will be the second time that a disease has been eliminated by human beings like us. Second time in the world. And I have no doubt in my mind that Rotary is going, us Rotarians are going to put in more effort, increased immunization, increased funding, and probably within our lifetime, the World Health Organization will declare polio eliminated from the face of the world. That will be Rotary's legacy when that is achieved. But other than polio, I mentioned the other 7 areas of focus. We're involved in water, sanitation, and hygiene as a Rotary Foundation. Over the years, Rotarians in this country, in Uganda, have been building boreholes and providing water in areas that are hard to reach, areas where there is no water. And I can mention millions of Ugandans have been affected and have been helped to provide, and we all know that water is life. So that has been a very big priority. And of recent, we've made a change that instead of building boreholes where kids go and try to pump, we are using modern technology to use solar power and use pumps, and then get the water in bigger tanks, and we use piping to distribute it to needy areas. So this is an area that we're giving it very, very, very big importance. We are involved in supporting basic education and literacy. Uganda's literacy rate is not yet where we want it to be. A country should have its people being able to read and write. Unfortunately, it is not so. Rotary Foundation has deployed millions and millions of shillings in Uganda to make sure that we promote basic education and literacy in different forms. At first, it was scholarships, but the scholarship time came to an end. Clubs support schools and kids who are not particularly orphans who do not have a way to be supported. This we do religiously, and we've seen a lot of people being beneficiaries. And actually, I am personally a beneficiary of this support from Rotary, because when I lost my parents as a kid, Rotary picked me up, educated me, and took me up to Makerere University. The things that I do today, I manufacture medicines, I support other humanitarian causes, I'm involved in construction of churches, both Christian and other religious affiliations. If Rotary had not touched me to put me to where I am, probably I wouldn't be able to do what I am doing. So this is a typical example of how Rotary participates. We are involved in MCH, mother and children health. Last 2 years alone, we're involved in what is called village ambulances, tricycle village ambulances, where you find women who in hard to reach areas have no way of going to maternity centers. Sometimes they die in labor simply because there is nothing to help them. The Rotary Foundation, through the various Rotary clubs, went ahead and funded this project, and I think we provided over 500 tricycle ambulances, and you find them in villages doing a fundamental job. But we're also involved in providing oxygen to various health centers, oxygen as a service, and a number of interventions for mother and children at that level. We're involved in disease prevention. We're involved in promoting the prevention of HIV/AIDS, in malaria. Malaria alone, we did a major project in Zambia that went to $36 million. And Zambia was a country that was very much endemic with malaria, and people were dying. Today, the effect is malaria is almost getting to an end in Zambia. But we're also very much involved in Uganda as far as prevention and treatment of malaria is concerned. And it's not only malaria, HIV, and polio, a number of diseases, in both prevention and treatment. We do that. One other bigger contribution that the Rotary Foundation has done to this country is the starting of Makerere University Rotary Peace Center. We started, through the support of the foundation, a peace center at Makerere University. It is the only peace center on the African continent. What do? They get applicants from all over the world to come and study peace promotion and conflict prevention. Every year we churn out minimum of 50 fellows who study and go out and get themselves involved either in businesses or NGOs, all geared towards promoting peace. We all know that peace is not the absence of war. Peace must be in our families, peace must be in our communities, peace must be in our countries, peace must be in the world. But today we see that there is an illusion for a peaceful world. So these students that we train at Makerere University and 7 other universities, there's one in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, University of North Carolina, there's one at Bradford University in UK, there's one at Uppsala University in Sweden, there's one at Christian University in Tokyo, there's one at Queen's University in Brisbane, Australia. We've just started one in Pune, India, one in Istanbul, Turkey, and all these churn out hundreds and hundreds of fellows who go out to promote peace, and with God's blessings, we should see a world that is peaceful, where people can live together and help each other because of the work that the Rotary Foundation does. So listeners and all of you fellow Rotarians, these are the kind of projects that we do across as the Rotary Foundation to bring the world closer together, to bring the world as a peaceful place, to make the world a better place to live in. At the beginning of this talk, I talked about the donations we make. Where do these funds come from? These funds come from you, fellow Rotarians. These funds come from me. These funds come from listeners. Like listeners contribute to Radio Maria, and Radio Maria is able to be sustained. Rotarians contribute funds, and we make a pooled fund. And there are a number of ways. As little as I remember the saying of Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa said that the little that we do in this world is a small drop in the ocean. But without that drop, probably this ocean would never be full. So whatever one can contribute, it adds to that fund. It can either be through an annual fund of the Rotary Foundation, and that annual fund, 50% of the money is invested, and 50% of the money comes back to the donating district. In our case, we've got 2 districts in Uganda, District 9213, which is part of Kampala and the whole of eastern and northern Uganda, and the other part, which is the southern part of Kampala, together with Tanzania, the 2 districts. And this money comes back to us in form of what is called a district designated fund. And this money, clubs can apply for this money to do the projects that I've been talking about. But there are also other forms of donations that we make. One of them is named funds. Personally, I started a named fund, and I named it Samawori Fund for Peace. I contributed $25,000, and that money earns interest, and that interest goes to support peace fellows to promote peace. And there are a number of others who have contributed in this form in terms of named funds. Others have contributed to what is called a permanent fund, where you get $1,000 and is invested, and interest is used to do good in the world. And there are various stages of recognitions when you contribute to the Rotary Foundation. The basic one is what is called Paul Harris Fellow. Paul Harris Fellow, you'll get a medal that recognizes you as someone who has contributed at least $1,000 to these causes. And if you contribute and reach $10,000, you get what is called a major donor lapel, major donor recognition. Major donor recognition looks like what our district governor-elect, Daniel Damulira, if you could come and members could see, is putting on. This basically, with 2 stars, it means he has contributed 2 times. That is $25,000 to the Rotary Foundation. And that money, $25,000 he contributed, does not remain in his pocket. It goes and then comes out back to do projects by the Rotary Foundation in areas that are needed in the 7 areas of focus. Thank you, Governor Daniel. Others can go on contributing and reach a level of what is called Archclamp Society. Archclamp Society is a contribution of $250,000. Again, this can be given to a given cause of your choice, or it can be put in a general pool, and this money will come back to do good in the world. And when we do these projects, there are grants. There are 2 types of grants that a club can apply to do good in the world. One is the district designated funds. That is the simplest, that you apply within your district from 50% of the money that came from the annual fund. And if this 50% is utilized well, it can do smaller projects, $30,000 and above. $30,000 and above. We are discouraging small projects of 5,000, 1,000, so we encourage a minimum to be 30,000 in order to have an impact. And we encourage projects that are sustainable. Sustainable, that when you do a project, you don't just go put a water supply system and come back after a year, it is dead. So there must be sustainability, and we must do a community needs assessment. And once we do all that, we hand over. Rotary does not run these projects. We do it, hand it over to the communities, but we make sure that sustainability is addressed. Then there's what is called the global grant. That is much bigger. It can go to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, $1 million, depending on the nature of application that the club puts forward and the nature of money that is going to be done. For listeners, for the sake of the listeners, it's important to know that you don't just go to a club and say, njagala sente. There is a process, there is a needs assessment, there is a qualification process until the club is satisfied that that project meets the criteria of the Rotary Foundation. So this goes on and goes on and goes on. I can see we are running short of time. You have another speaker or so, isn't it, Mr. President? Okay, so this is what we do. What is my call to action? My call to action are people to join Rotary so that we have more hands. I talked of 1.4 million people across the world. In Uganda, we are about 10,000, isn't it? Close to 10,000. But we need more hands. And people who join it don't take Rotary to be a club for rich people. No. Giving comes from the heart. If your heart can give, and if you say, let me use Rotary as a vehicle, and you give 100,000 to do good in the world, it can change someone's life. To get 1 dose of polio vaccine, you spend only $1. $1 is about 3,000. But that $1 that you contribute, 3,500 shillings, that you contribute, can save a child from an entire crippled life. Just 1,500. So don't take it that Rotary is for rich people, although of course there are requirements that you meet, like you've got to pay some dues, membership dues, which is not a lot of money. Some clubs is like 100,000, 200,000. It's not a lot of money for a whole year. But the most important thing is not money, your action. You being part and parcel of this organization that can do good, that will make the world a better place to live in. The other call of action as far as the Rotary Foundation is concerned, I said the Rotary Foundation is the vehicle that powers us. All the projects that we do are funded by the Rotary Foundation through grants. And there are a number of big ones. I led a campaign, I'm sorry I shouldn't be talking about myself, but I led a campaign to build a blood bank at MENGO Hospital. 27% of Ugandans who needed blood transfusion could not get blood transfusion. And if you don't get blood transfusion when you need blood transfusion, you just die. So every 100 people in Uganda who needed to get blood were actually dying. Now, the MENGO Hospital Blood Bank, Rotary Blood Bank, caters for 40% of blood needs in central Uganda. And the effect has been that lack of blood transfusion is less than 10% as we speak today. But we should be zero, because blood is the most basic that God gave to all of us. And if you find your friend needs blood transfusion, it should be given freely. Be given freely. It is, I don't want to call it sacrilege. It's something that is like murder, that a person needs blood and they don't get it and they die when us able-minded people have got plenty of it. and we don't buy it. It's like oxygen. It's given naturally by God. We should save people's lives. We've done the cancer center at Nsambia Hospital. We're building probably what is likely to be Africa's best cancer center. We're building it. But we still have a smaller one at Nsambia Hospital. That was built by Rotary. Cancer is killing people left, right, and center. You go to Mulago Hospital and you see what is happening in cancer center. You just die before you start getting treatment. We want to reverse that. And there are a number of other projects and programs we've handled. So I call upon all those listeners who would like to donate to the Rotary Foundation, like I call all those listeners who want to contribute to Radio Maria. Radio Maria could be doing something different from what Rotary Foundation does, but the two are not necessarily mutually exclusive, because the two complement each other. What Radio Maria is doing is to create a peaceful society, to create a God-loving society, to create a society that cares for each other, that we are our brothers' keepers, we are our sisters' keepers, we are our neighbors' keepers. And that's what the Rotary Foundation does. So these organizations need to be supported. Support, and let me tell you, and I am a living example. When you give, you receive. I have never ever given anything for a good cause, and I take a year without receiving back. You receive. You receive. So support these causes, and for sure, the world would be a better place to live in. And the world will be big enough for all of us to live in. So God bless you all. To all listeners of Radio Maria, thank you for tuning in to Radio Maria. God bless you. To all Rotarians who are tuned on radio, please continue listening to Radio Maria and continue supporting Radio Maria and supporting Rotary as such. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. Governor Daniel, and thank you, fellow Rotarians.
Thank you very much, our guest speaker. We are actually live on radio, but it's both visual and audio. I think some good number of people are listening in. At this point, our other guest is delayed, but we can still continue. At this moment, I don't know if there are any questions. We can allow about 3 questions. I hope you were listening in as we were coming. I don't know. You're welcome, although you have come late, but you had the chance to listen as you move. Any questions? Yes, PP Hijiro.
Thank you, President. Thank you, Chen Katongolo Wente. My concern is about the message that is given, and we welcome it. Last year at Munyonyo, I read through the report of the district. The statistics were indicating that on contributing, the district targets are achieved. But I saw it was very disappointing that the district, this is 9214, had only achieved 48%. How are we going to address that? I know you are already very above, maybe Bisigari Debanoba Damulira, but it's a concern for using the Rotary Foundation as opposed to 100% contribution achievement. Thank you.
I think let me add that straight away. Utilization is, and I don't think that is a true statement, to say 48% utilization, because you set what you want to use. And in our districts, not a single year we have done projects less than $1 million. In fact, a number of years it has exceeded $2 million. But the responsibility to utilize funds, because there is no limit on utilization, like there is no limit in giving. It depends on what you apply for and getting the projects. I would encourage clubs under leadership of the Rotary Club of Mengo, under your leadership, Rotarian Hijiro, that now you have an incoming district governor, write as many projects as you can. When you write, there is no limit that Rotary Foundation will say this and that, except there is a number of projects that you must do and account before you exceed that. Because if you just ask for money and you don't account, that becomes a challenge. But on giving, by the way, this year, the leadership set a giving target of 600,000. 600,000. I check every weekend, I check to see how we are doing. We had reached 656,000. In 3 months, we had actually exceeded, which basically means that we tend to under budget. We should be over budgeting. And for Daniel here, he should really budget a giving of over $1 million. Utilization, let's utilize. How can we address it other than appealing to presidents and clubs to apply for grants? Because the grants are there. And your club has been doing very well. The Rotary Club of Mengo has been doing very well. Probably last thing I would like to say in answer to Rotarian Hijiro is qualification. Our district, and indeed the other district in Uganda, requires that clubs be qualified. To qualify, you must register your club with the Uganda Registration Service Bureau. To qualify, you must have accounts. Honestly, you cannot expect Rotary Foundation to give money to a club without order, without accounting, without auditing your books. And that's one reason the Rotary Foundation has received top star for the last 9 years as charity #1 in the world. Stewardship.
Thank you, our guest. Yes, PAG Ivan.
Thank you, President. RIDE, thank you for the presentation. I request you to throw more light on the Bequest Society, how members can join, and how Rotary International manages it. Thank you.
Okay. I personally don't love Bequest Society as far as Africa is concerned. Bequest Society is good, and I know there are a number of people who are Bequest Society members. Bequest Society is when you put in your will that when I die, part of my estate, worth this and this, will go to the Rotary Foundation, and the money will come back to do charitable work. But truth be told, I'm yet to see a person in Uganda who dies and he has given his house to the Rotary Foundation and the survivors will ever accept. Abazungu bachikola naye wana ewaffe. I'm yet to see one. I'm yet to see one because of our culture background. And that's why personally, as a person, I do not promote Bequest Society so much. Because people will declare this, they get the recognitions, but for sure, Ivan, I know the Bazungus, babera tebalina mwana no. Now, they said, once I die, there is a trust, you give everything to Rotary Foundation. Here, even if you put in the will. And you know Rotary Foundation cannot go to challenge people's wills. It cannot come all the way from wherever they are to say, I'm going to challenge the will of this person because he gave. It should be willing giver, willing receiver. Now, if it happens and it does not happen, rather if one dies and decide to give my estate to the Rotary Foundation and the relatives come and say no, what do you do? What do you do? So, but for those who do not know what bequest society is, it's just put your last wish in your will that part or all your estate will go to the Rotary Foundation for management. And that usually if it is a house, they don't manage a house, they sell it. They sell it and that money goes to the Rotary Foundation. I'm yet to see one in Africa.
Thank you very much. One last question.
Thank you, President. Actually, mine is a comment from the RI director. There is a case which this year we are finishing, was challenged in Vancouver, Canada. The husband died, and exactly as the right says, that the money will go to Rotary. Then the widow challenged that. And actually, it is a case, I don't know how it has been solved, but there is a case with the Rotary that they should not take the money from the widow.
Thank you very much. I think because of time we are waiting. Nakandi, can you please check on our host? Yes, come. Okay, good. As he comes in, Father, you're welcome. Your seat is here. Your seat is here, Father. Yeah, thank you. Allow me to give my remarks because I was waiting for him. My remarks were delayed, awaiting the inductee. Father, you're welcome. Found our guest has just talked about the Rotary Foundation. I hope you'll find time to find out what it was. We have Rotary Nakandi who is very close to you, who has got very good rapport with you. I don't know if this is recorded. It is, then it's good. You can listen in. It was very interesting. I want to start by thanking God for this day, for allowing us to be here. Usually, our meetings are held at Popo, but this is a change for the better, I hope, so that even those who are not in the room can be able to see and listen, and that's what it has been. So I thank God for allowing us to be able to organize this. I want to thank Father Raymond for allowing us to be here, and our Rotarian Nakandi who helped us organize this. Thank you very much. I want to thank the Rotarians who are here, who have made it. We are usually larger than this. Maybe a number of them are listening in. I also want to thank those who are listening in live to this in this meeting. Rotary, dear Father, is an international organization where members belong to club. In this case, you are going to be inducted today by a very senior Rotarian in the house, Rotary International Director-elect Emmanuel Katongole, and then you'll continue. I know you are very busy, but you'll find a way of being engaged, and you can be engaged in various forms. Rotary Club of Mengo is a very old club, the one that you are joining, which has done good for over the years, 38 years now. Rotary Club of Mengo, knowing that you have passion for the youth, clubs normally do projects, and so does Mengo. And because of your passion for youth, I want to interest you to the areas of the youth that we support. Mengo is a family club. Rotary Club of Mengo is a family club. We have the members who are here. We have another wing, which is the Inner Wheel Club of Mengo. I've seen they are here with us. Inner Wheel, can you please stand so that I'm speaking the truth? Yes. We have Inner Wheel in the house. That's part of the family. We have Lotractors. These are youth between the age of 18 and 30. Lotractors in the house, please stand. Yes. So we also have interactors. Interactors are the young ones from around the age of 12 to about 18 years. They are normally in secondary schools. And this lottery year, we plan to have what we call a youth conference in February. And because you have passion for the youth, we thought we could interest you to this one. It is a big event where we invite many interactors. MENGO as a club has produced a number of interact clubs, but there are many others around us. So if the organization goes well, we shall invite all our interact clubs that we mothered, but even all others who wish to join. And the date that we are thinking about is around in February. We have a budget. I prepared some documentation I'll give you to read if you have time for that, listing out the program and what will involve, have a number of speakers, talking about different topics, simply to inspire the young ones to have dreams and also to be able to serve the communities and the world. MENGO, also MENGO Rotary Club, as we have membership. Rotary membership is by subscription. You are required and expected to pay dues every year. And the details you'll get to know slowly. But there are other, you missed the presentation by the guest speaker. He talked about the projects which are done through the giving that members do. As a Rotarian, you are expected or you are required to give. Other than paying dues, you also donate to the Rotary Foundation, and the donations come back and enable us to do projects. And the presenter for today's session has reminded us that for every donation that you do, you are recognized. Every donation, however small it is, they write back to you, thanking you, and for certain contributions, there are some special recognitions. If you donate $1,000, you become a Paul Harris Fellow, a PHF. If you donate $10,000, you become a major donor. So, dear Father, we think that you can become a major donor. That is after donating $10,000. I don't want to be a speaker for the day because now time has gone. I'll cut short my presentation, but to welcome you. You are going to be inducted. But before that, on the program, there are some members to be decorated. Okay, he's going to induct, and maybe the decoration will be done by the governor. So at this moment, I want to invite the membership director to lead us into this induction of the Father Raymond.
Thank you, President. Rotary International Director-elect, our District Governor-elect, fellow Rotarians and Rotaractors, and Inner Wheel, you are all very welcome to this function. We have the greatest honor now to go into the process of inducting a very important person into the Rotary Club of MENGO. Before that happens, allow me to introduce our inductee this afternoon. He is very well known. He is a charismatic priest with a prayer house in Najjanankumbi, known for providing spiritual guidance and prayer services. He is the director of the main station for Radio Maria, Uganda. He founded Teresa Ministries, a non-profit organization that provides shelter and assistance to children who are affected by HIV/AIDS, but also those children who are rejected and neglected by society. He is also a public speaker and commentator. He hosts programs like One Moment at a time and gives inspirational talks on various topics, which include spiritual guidance and other social issues. Above all, he's an active member of the community, often appearing in public events and making public appeals for support for the vulnerable people. Given the reinforcing goals of his work with those of the Rotary goals of service above self, Father Raymond expressed interest to join the Rotary Club of MENGO and the Rotary fraternity in general. And today we are here to witness his official induction into the Rotary Club of MENGO. Please welcome Father Raymond Marcos Pulan. Yes. Sorry.
My family of Rotary, as I informed you earlier, and Father must have been saying Mass, I worked in this, I served in this Radio Maria for 5 years as a director, as a president of the radio. And I had the absolute honor and privilege of serving with Father Raymond Kalanzi. I prefer to call him Raymond Kalanzi. That's why the name that everybody knows in this country. And you have another Kalanzi there. Father Raymond Kalanzi, other than what the membership director has presented to you, is a great man of God. He's a great man of God who leads in what he was ordained to do. You know what a priest does. I don't want to repeat that. But beyond that call, Father Raymond is involved in many humanitarian causes, making sure that the suffering have got a smile, making sure that those without shelter have got some shelter, making sure that those without some food at least have something on the plate, making sure that those who are not clothed are clothed. He does it with passion. He does it with total commitment, total dedication, total determination, and through his services, we've seen him impact thousands and thousands of people, particularly youth. And he has inspired many young people to move from grass to grace. And for that, I want to commend the Rotary Club of MENGO, because you are going to have a person who's been a Rotarian for many years without induction. So on behalf of the president of Rotary International, President Francesco from Italy, on behalf of our district governor, Christine Cheyuneka-Woya, on behalf of our incoming district governor, Daniel Damlida, and indeed on behalf of Rotarians in Uganda in general, but the Rotary Club of MENGO in particular, I welcome you to this organization. And whoever has been given to travel along, to move along with Father Kalanzi, please take your responsibility seriously, because in him you have got a gem. He's very busy. You've got to get to him, take to Rotary to him, and in the process, Father Raymond will take Rotary to the world. That I can say with utmost good faith and with utmost good confidence. So,
Allow me, Director, to invite the sponsor of Father Penina, Rotarian Penina, and also the family members, if they are here, they can also join there.
For us, for Father Raymond, we are all family members.
Yes.
Unless you want to come all here. But we are Father. Governor Jango Nyambeko, mwoli akwatireko. Abadamu. Father Raymond, this is a lapel. This lapel signifies that you are Rotarian. Whenever you put it on, you'll be known that way. You are I wanted to say you are a man of honor, but you are a religious man of honor. This will add to the honor that you have, and one will know that you serve above self, which you actually do. But this is a formal invitation for you to join the organization. In the organization, people in your area of service, you have His Grace, Archbishop Paul Semogerere, as a proud Rotarian. I've not been to Mass where he does not talk about Rotary. He does that religiously, but also implements Rotary to that honor. And for me, to honor Father Raymond, I'll make him a Pohalis Fellow in your club. So help me to take. So we put it here. Here you'll remove it. Okay. It is our honor and privilege that incoming District Governor Daniel Damulira and I, as incoming Director of Rotary International, declare Father Raymond Kalanzi as a Rotarian in good standing of Rotary Club of Mengo. This is a certificate of membership, and may it be known that Reverend Father Raymond Marcos Pulani, I think someone should add Kalanzi, is a member in good standing with the Rotary Club of Mengo, and thus accorded the fellowship and privileges of such membership, and is dated this day, 10th day of November 2025, signed by the President Ronald Migadde Musoke and Secretary Stanley Kiganda. We also have a member's handbook of the Rotary Club of Mengo. Get time to read it. It'll be all useful materials for you to get acquainted to what the club does. One symbol that is a common denominator for the Rotary Club of Mengo are these royal tombs. It is the sign of this Rotary Club. Rotary Club of Mengo meets at Popo Monday at 1 p.m. Once in a while, get time to join your members so that they see you. You are not mandated to be there all the time, but whenever you get time, it will be a great honor and a privilege to your fellow Rotarians in this Rotary Club. Fellow Rotarians, I know we have a short of time, but it will be unfair if we don't hear the words of Father Raymond, Rotarian.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, my fellow Rotarians. I have grown as a young boy seeing my father, although not a Rotarian, but a Lions Club member. In those days, Philippines were famous, had clubs, and my father belonged to it. And that's how I got inducted to the works of charity. At the age of 16, I met Mother Teresa myself as a student. I brought second-hand clothes and some goodies for the children. And that's the time she took our hands and said, every time you help the poor, you remember 5 fingers. I did it for Jesus. And it has impacted me so much. I've been to 19 countries as a missionary. I stayed a lot of time in Jamaica. And then I've been to India and ended up in Uganda. I've been in Mengo Kiseni for at least 18 years. No, that was around 14 years as missionaries to the poor. And I've been seeing you visit the homes for the people with disability. And that's where I thought maybe a genuine group like what my father has joined in the past can also be continued in my own life. So I chose Rotary Club of Mengo. That is where it all began. I am humbled. The accolades that you read from me, the only thing that I would love to be remembered is that I served the less privileged. And I'm receiving this honor and putting this badge on me because I have, as I speak, 46 abandoned babies at Teresa Ministries. The last baby I received was last Saturday from Bulenga when a mother delivered and left the baby in a bucket and full of blood, and it looked like an offal just there in the midst of, and we cleaned the baby, and I named the baby Baby Grace because it's just by grace of God that we have found that. And if ever I receive any honor, that is the first priority I have. And if in case you don't see me in meetings, is because you know I'm engaged firstly on that work, and then secondly, Mr. Katongole left me here with the work. But it was a good experience for me. It's now 6 years since we started, and the place have been transformed, not because of me, but because of the team I work with. I also wish that one day, whenever you need our services, we do it for you for free. And media exposure, we are the #1 Catholic radio station in Uganda. Right now, we are also live on YouTube, and people all the way from United States are also watching us, Saudi Arabia and other places. So to our listeners and viewers, I stand here as a proud Rotarian because I believe that I can make a difference, not alone, but together with my brothers and sisters who are here. I've heard your proposals, and I am willing by February to drop $1,000 to start my journey. I'm not boasting. I am a priest. I have no source of income, but I also have a family in Philippines who can support me. So as I end, you are most welcome at Radio Maria. We prepared a little lunch for you. I know it is not much as what you normally have at Pope Paul, but in our humble way. And if you have time, please visit the radio. I also have requests for some of you to be interviewed and be recorded so that we can feature you in our current events. But before I leave, I want to thank you, and I want to drop $1,000,000 shillings today on my behalf. As a person, I always believe that we can only lead by example. Whether you are a priest, whether you are a beggar, or you are a politician, what comes on the ground is what you do. And I don't really explain my dreams, I show you my results. And that's the only way I believe. And to so many Rotarians, my message is sometimes we also feel tired and we get fatigued of so many activities that we do. But let me tell you something I know. You are not tired. You are just tired of being strong sometimes. So keep getting stronger and do what you are supposed to do. To our young people, let us do what we can do for you. Even us as media, we have a big coverage of our followers in social media. Any activity you would like us to feature at times, especially humanitarian activities, Radio Maria also has that angle where we can support. In February, I would like to hand over that commitment on my birthday. I turned 58, so I would like to give that commitment of $1,000 as my contribution. But I just want you to know, in case there are events that you would like us to help, me as a person, I would not hesitate to extend if I can, not because I am rich, but because I believe that there are people who are willing to connect to us and be able to do what we believe is best for humanity. So to our incoming international director, Mr. Katodi, I have not met him since we parted that time. We are both very busy. I think this is the first time you came to Radio Maria ever since that time. To our incoming president, to governor, I would like you to know that you are doing a good job. I've actually read your things already. I'm a person who likes reading, and I've followed whatever Madame Finina asked me to do. Sometimes I don't know if it is proper. I was not there, but I also send my secretary on the meeting so that he can also update me on what you discuss, and it is being given to me religiously, so I'm also updated. But I'm a person who I believe I could speak louder by the works that I do, and I'm not going to do this together alone. Now I believe I have a whole members of Rotary Club in Uganda behind me, and also in front of me, and we do all together. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
Thank you so very much, Father. I don't know whether this is a true reflection of Mother Teresa, but I read somewhere where she said, I used to believe that prayer changes things, but now I know that prayer changes us and we change things. If true, prayer that he gives us will change us and we change things and make the world a better place to live in. So, Father, thank you for the donation of $1,000 to the foundation. Before I inducted you, I also committed I'll contribute $1,000 to your name, and it is here. Let me. So, he joins as a Pohalis Fellow Level 2. Thank you.
At this point, I think RIDE wants to leave. We can allow him leave. Yeah, that's what I'm calling. And I want to ask DGE to give the vote of thanks.
Governor, Director Emmanuel, thank you so much for having time to be here and for inspiring us. We always look forward up to you in whatever we do. When I was requested to forward that letter to you, I knew where you were. I know where you were, but you immediately, and I don't know how you read your mails. I don't know how Governor Director Emmanuel reads his mail, but instantly you send him something, he responds, and you say, I'll be there. I have engagement at 11, I probably be there at 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for putting us in front and for doing us a service today of inducting Father Raymond into Rotary. Thank you very much. And for all of you who are here, thank you for coming, and thank you for supporting Rotary always. May God bless you all. Director Emmanuel?
Oh!
If you need some energy. And I have prepared a basket of fruits for you to enjoy.
I will accept this, and normally I'll give them to people who need them most, but allow me to take them, and I believe they will give me some extra energy. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Father, thank you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, at this point, yes. At this point, accept that the pinning is done by Governor DGE. I've tried to whisper to him. He said he was time bad. Accept that DGE does that. We had planned that he does the pinning, but we started late, a little late, and he's running somewhere. So as the DGE comes back, yes, Penny, now you have something? You want to say something? Sergeant, but we want to do the pinning. The pinning has to be done before we leave.
Maybe we can proceed with the statistics and then
Okay, statistics.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, President. President, today we are honored to have the foreign Rotary clubs physically. The Rotary Club of Kampala won the gear. Let's clap for that. The Rotary Club of Lubaga, our mother club. The Rotary Club of Muyenga, where our guest speaker came from. Let's clap highly. And then President online, the Rotary Club of Kabale, the Rotary Club of Mbarara, the Rotary Club of Webaja Mid-City, the Rotary Club of Webaja, the normal one, the Rotary Club of Nkumba, the Rotary Club of Nabingo, the Rotary Club of Unsanji, and the Rotary Club of Owobulenzi. Then the foreign Rotaract clubs present, Rotaract Club of Mengo Mutundwe, Rotaract Club of Nabingo, then online the Rotaract Club of Mengo, the Rotaract Club of Kampala North, the Rotaract Club of Kenya, then the Rotaract Club of Nalumonye. President, we are honored to have 265,000 as a Polio Plus collection. And President, today we are honored to have various guests from Radio Maria and other guests. Let's clap for them. I'd forgotten also, President, the Rotaract Club of Chinawataka is in the house, where our manager, please manager, stand up. He's also a Rotaract in our family. So he's also in the house. Thank you so much, President. We can proceed.
Thank you very much. Bear with, let's conclude with the pinning. We have 3 members. The payments were finished in the other year by around April, but the pins delayed, and they came in late August. So the pinning has never been done. We thought it wise that we do it at this function. Do they pin the PHF 4s first or the new ones? I don't know. I need to be guided. I am the newest. My PHF just came in late August, which is here with a certificate. Then after me, we have 2 others who have become PHF plus 4. Those are MD elects, I think. So that is this PHF. New, this is PHF plus 4. That is plus 4. No, that is for Ivan. That's for Ivan. Freddy Yajirina. Anyway, Young.
Mr. President, sir, we have been told that it's important to lead from the front. And Father Raymond has hinted about it. You need to lead from the front. So, it's my singular honor to welcome you to the Paul Harris Fellow Club members. And I input this pill on you, which I request you to keep on wearing to show that you support the foundation and to make it even bigger over the years. Congratulations.
PAG Ivan.
PHF plus 4. Major donor elect.
What I got? 7.
Now, PHF plus 4 means you have given at least $5,000. And when they say elect, it means in the next year we become a major donor in the club. Yes. Thank you very much, Rotary Ivan, for giving to humanity. Please keep giving until it hurts.
Then we have PE,
It's my honor, PE, Fred, to put this lapel pin on you for PHF +4. Again, you are a PE and also a major donor elect. So you have to work with your friend Ivan. So next year you deliver and become major donors. I look forward to that moment, and I'll be very happy as your governor when you become major donors. But thank you so much for donating that much to Rotary Foundation. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I want to invite Mwanga to give us the final toast.
For the final toast, let the management advise us on the lunch and the guided tour of the radio.
Let's remain standing.
Manager, come. Assure us that there is lunch and the guided tour of the radio.
Thank you so much. Just like my director said, yes, we've prepared some little lunch for you. He said, it may not be to the standard of Popol, but in our humble preparations, we love that you may accept it that way. And then after the lunch, we shall have a moment to move around and see the progress and how far Radio Maria has come and how far it has gone. Thank you so much. Right now, we shall be preparing to go in for lunch. I'll check and see what is there, then bring you on board. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mwanga, final toast.
Thank you, President, fellow Rotarians, Rotaract and guests in the house, for the very great fellowship we have had this afternoon, including induction of our Reverend Father Raymond Kalanzi, getting PHFs. I give a toast to Rotary International.